year? Do you know? Like a little bit at least. Hold on, let me try something here. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, it's all the without the microwaved apples, I probably would have gotten a way sicker. It's because I eat microwaved apples that I was able to weather the storm, and get out of this pretty good. Without them, could have been a completely different story. You guys just don't get it. Just don't get it. A clingery, cringery, a tole. No song requests. I'm sorry, Brian. Not right now. I mean, I could turn them on. I'm just gonna do a short stream though today. I'm not here very long. I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm good. I'm back. Tomorrow I'll try to do a 2 hour stream. The health is good. It's just it was a long week. It was a rough week. It beat the hell out of me. Okay, but I'm good now. It was a real beatdown. All right, but made it out okay. Why don't you take a break? It's the World Cup. Oh, I haven't watched that shit. I honestly totally forgot there was even a fucking soccer World Cup until last night when Mama Cookie brought it up. She's like, "Oh, did you know that these teams are playing at the World Cup?" And I was like, "What?" I totally forgot that even fucking happened, or it was happening. That's how much. That's how little I care. The football World Cup? No, we're not talking about the Super Bowl. I'm talking about the soccer World Cup. You know the one where the guys keep pretending to be injured for whatever reason? You know that one? Anyway, that sport. It's the World Cup for that right now. I missed teasing you guys. I missed it. You know, it's not the same when you guys are not around. I missed teasing the shit out of you guys. I missed it. Hit the cool. All right. Let me see. Let's do shine. Uh, Okay, this is good. This is good. The most valuable player in the world isn't even playing in the World Cup. Oh yeah. I'm alright, Dark Heroes. I'm a lot better. What's up, Cuny Leak? Hog? I think the light looks pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't know. Night. Dusk. Dusk. Did you guys have a good weekend? What happened? What did I miss? Because like for a week there, I think I was in a, I don't know. I was living on a cloud, you know? I was not on planet Earth. I was too sick. So I missed out on everything. It was just a big blur, you know? You know when you're so sick with the flu that you don't even know what reality is? You kind of wish you were just dead. I was like that for a week. So I don't even know what happened for like a week. Don't even know. Don't even know. Dark. Hey Columbo, how you been? My laptop got stolen, so oh god. There's nothing worse than losing or like getting your laptop stolen. Nothing worse. I remember when I was in college, someone had stolen my backpack when I was in college. And inside of that thing was everything that I owned. There was like 3 of my sketchbooks with all sorts of concept art and drawings that I had in there. I had like 2 hard drives, a laptop, my Wacom tablet at the time, and I think I had even like my wallet and and my phone. I had everything in my backpack, right? And it was in a study area that was for us. Like it wasn't like in public, you know what I mean? Like it was like in a study area in my program, right? That I was in college for. And I left it in the corner of the room behind a desk. And I'm like, I'm gonna go out to take a piss, right? And I'm gonna go buy something at a vending machine or something, right? So I like tuck my backpack there in the corner. And I go to the washroom. I go grab something to drink and eat or whatever. Something quick. I'm gone for like maybe 10 minutes. Max. Okay, like 10 minutes. I come back, my backpack is gone, and I had everything in it that I owned. Like, all my work, all my belongings, my wallet, my phone, and everything. Gone. And I was like, fuck. So, I went to ask security, I need to see the camera, because I lost everything. Like, somebody just stole all my stuff, right? And it turns out, right around the corner from the hall of this area that I was in, right? You could leave outside through like a side, like an exit door, right? You can't come in, but you can leave that way, right? And there's no camera there. It's like an exit, like a safety exit or whatever. So the person took it, went there, and just left the school. like that. So I don't know how they got into the, anyway. Bottom line is I couldn't find out who stole all my shit, so I never. Anyway, I was crushed, I remember. It was just the worst feeling. I was like, I got nothing. I had to get all my cards back for my wallet, all my bank cards, everything. I had to get a new phone. You know what pissed me off of all this though? It wasn't all like the money or the wallet or anything like that or my phone. What pissed me off the more was my sketchbooks. Like I had 3 full stack sketchbooks of all sorts of cool art in it, and it was all gone, And I was sketching on those things for like the last 3 years, right? And they were really good. Anyway, that pissed me right off. And but the funny thing is, 2 years later, I think 2 years later, right? Because this was my second year. I think it was my second year that happened. And then 2 years later, as my final year, right? I was about to graduate, right? And then there's like 3 girls that came up to me and they're like, "Oh, are you this person?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Can I help you with something, right?" And they're like, "Oh, we're huge fans of your art, and we've been carrying this sketchbook around for years, trying to find out who made these these sketchbooks." And it was my sketchbook that the guy who had stolen my backpack dumped. He threw it out like in the woods or something nearby. And these art students, these 3 girls, found it and were like, "Oh, we've been meaning to find who this belongs to give it back, because someone had dumped it into the woods or whatever with a bunch of other documents." I'm like, holy shit, how did you guys... Anyway, so I eventually got around getting my sketchbook back after 2 years. But everything else was stolen. Like they kept the laptop, the hard, whatever, nothing else, But anyway, some closure. Yeah, I was able to get some of my sketchbooks back. But by that time, 2 years later, I had made new sketchbooks, so I didn't really care anymore. Like I was beyond that point. I didn't. I'd moved on from those sketchbooks, but it was cool to have them back. They gave it back. I'm like, "You can keep it," and they're like, No, it's okay. You can have it." I'm like, all right. He's getting the sketchbook and some pussy. No, I didn't get pussy. I was seeing. I think I had met Mama Cookie by then. I knew Mama Cookie by then, so I didn't. I didn't care. Anyway, so that's my story about losing all my shit in college. So yeah, Kunelik, I know the feeling of losing a laptop or all your belongings. Yeah, I did not hit it. No, I did not hit it. Yeah, but they were a big fan of my stuff, and I was like, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's cool. remember, but I went streaming one day and I was really tired and I was like, oh, it's because I stayed up all night. I had to sleep with my daughter because my daughter got really sick with the flu, right? And she was having a hard time sleeping and she was crying a lot. So I slept in her bed with her to keep her company at night. So it was hard for me to sleep and I got tired, right? But I remember that one night, I'm like sleeping in her bed and I'm turning around, like I'm trying to be comfortable and like, you know, she keeps coughing, so she's keeping me up, right? And at one point I fall asleep and I get woken up by like her coughing right in my face. Like she turned around and started like kind of like hugging me and cuddling with me. And I was passed out, so I didn't notice. And she got right up to my face and she's sleeping too. And then she's like started like having a coughing fit right in my face, you know? And it woke me up. I was like, ah, you know? And right then I was like, I knew, I was like, ah, fuck, like I'm gonna be sick now, you know? Like that was the tipping point. I was like, and right then the next morning, the next day, I knew I was getting sick because I could feel weird. You know, my head felt weird. And then that same evening, I started having like I started shivering and having like I knew I got boom right away. I caught the flu. You know, it was just like that. Boom. I slept with her 2 nights in a row, and on the second night, I remember her coughing in my face. I was like, ah, oh. That was it. You know, and I got sick. story and all that, it's gonna be hard to have like an ending where you're romancing Yumi instead of Harold romancing her. You know, like I almost feel like it should only be Harold romancing her. You know, it's between Yumi and Harold, and you can maybe spy on them or something or whatever, see some sex scenes with them, but it's hard to like step in and like swoop her, you know, because you're already. Because here's the thing with Mia's story, right? There's already three love interests in Mia's story that you are directly involved in. Mia, of course, her mom Helen, and Angelica the nun, right? The BDSM queen, right? Like there's already these three female characters in Mia's story that you're romancing already, you know? Hey, Vole. So it's weird to like have the option to also, on top of these three characters in that story, to also romance Yumi, you know? Unless it was like a casual thing, right? Like, oh, you helped her. Let's say you helped Yumi arrest someone while she was struggling or something, and she gives you a little thank you blowjob or something, right? Like I don't really like I don't know how else. MC will never get Yumi because MC can't grow a mustache. Exactly, you know. Exactly. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's. I mean, I'm obviously going to talk about it with Sploosh and see what we can come up with in terms of writing and having that happen in a script. But it's kind of forcing it, is what. And I don't want to force turn of events too much to the point where they're not believable, right? Anyway, it's something that I need to think about. But straight, no, he's not. But I still have to do the other backgrounds anyway, so it doesn't matter because the gate will be in the same place in all three backgrounds, right? So it's irrelevant, really. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm gonna go. I just want to do a quick stream today, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go, but I'll be back. I'm gonna try to do a full 2 hours tomorrow, and we'll do. I'll show you guys why the tech update takes a long time tomorrow. But we'll do some work and I'll explain everything. You'll see. All right. No DC. I know. I know. I'm just. I'm still pretty sick. Well, I'm a lot better, but I'm still. I'm losing my voice already. All right. You'll hear a lot more of this tomorrow. 7 minute stream. Let's go. Excuse me. I've been in here for like 40 minutes. All right. 40 minutes. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Okay. I'm gonna try to do the 2 hours tomorrow, and we can go over a bunch of stuff. All right. So I'm glad to be back. I hope you guys had a good weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow. Okay. Bye, guys.